What a beautiful week we had on Wall Street before Donald Trump began to pick up the tariff war again with China. Geopolitical tensions smacked all of the bulls in the face and put the bears back in charge, and we had a profit taking event. Now, I can't give you direction on all of your plays. I'm going to go over some stocks that are important to me and some charts that I had to make some decisions on. There are still some stocks that I'm too afraid to sell. There are still some stocks that I want to buy every red candle on, and there's some tough plays to assess. Welcome to Wall Street. This is the Stocks with Josh show. I appreciate you joining me today. I'm going to keep this video very concise and to the point. This morning, we started off with some great celebrations as APLD jumped another $10. The Serve stock came all the way up to $17.50 as predicted over a month ago or 2 months ago. A lot of other plays hitting some really high targets. NVIDIA, yet again, reaching for that elusive $200 price that it seemed so likely in the morning time that we might possibly hit today. And then we had some bad news from Donald Trump. He said that he was upset with China for using their rare earth materials position as leverage in their negotiations, which, to be honest with you, why wouldn't they? This is an economic battle. They have got to do their best for their people. But Donald Trump said that he was going to significantly increase tariffs on them. We know that at any given moment, this type of news could break the market and cause a little bit of fear. And that's exactly what we got today. I'm not afraid of it. I think that these are going to be opportunities for buying. We'll have to analyze in my next video. I'll go deeper into the SPY and give everybody a trigger for where we go from fear to the potential of panic selling. But today I'm just going to cover a handful of stocks that I had to make decisions on that a lot of you guys may be following me in. First of all, when we look at that red chart on the day, there's one little spot of green, and that was Pepsi. So if you followed me in the Pepsi trade, and we talked about it for the last 2 days, those ended the day up 110%, the leaps. Now, they're not leaps. I actually bought some 2026 calls, I think dated for January, but those finished up 110% on this crazy wild day. But a lot of other things got smacked down. PayPal got totally annihilated. I'm going to quickly take you into that chart. Now, there was the need to lock in profits on any short-term PayPal profits that we had this week. But the leaps, I'm only going to be adding and buying to that, and I'll show you why in the charts. Let's jump into PayPal very quickly, and I'll tell you what it is that I'm watching and why I'm still bullish on this play. Obviously, the target that we had was 78.50, and whenever you stop short of hitting a target, it means that there are some bears who camped out there ready to push the price down. So obviously, it got some selling pressure, and this has not confirmed bullish back to our high target of $96. Okay, but this little price action moment that we're in right now looks very similar to this one right here. Okay, one of the things that we're watching is for the 9, which is the yellow line, to cross above the blue line, which is the 20-day EMA exponential moving average. And when that happens, you can see it typically precedes a really big move higher. Now, the last time we had that 9 cross above the 20, we did end up having a very strong move up right here, this candle. I'll zoom in on it so you can get a better look at it. We had this candle moved up, preceded the cross, but you can see that it produced a giant seller's wick. So there was a lot of folks who panic sold the first pump. After that, it was followed by weekly green candles, one after the other, until the price moved roughly from around $61 all the way to $92 in about 3 months. And even though this candle did end red, I think the macro environment of the day contributed to the sell-off. I still see the 9 curling up right now and crossing that 20. And I still see a series of green weekly candles until we hit the 78.50. I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. Now, what I did in particular in my trade account is I closed up in profit all of my October calls. I kept my leaps for now. I was tempted to sell them as I saw them deteriorate in value, but I decided to close up my sooner expiring positions and simply wait till the end of the day and buy some of my leaps. I'm going to stick with PayPal through the month of October because I believe that the move overall is just beginning. I do want to remind you though, if we did cross below that $66 level, then in my opinion, the trade isn't working and it's no longer a valid hold. Uber. What are some stocks that I bought? Well, Uber, Lyft. I'm going to show you the Lyft chart real quick because this is one that I wanted to get on a bigger pullback, and today's fearful selling brought it to the level that I wanted to buy in again. Let me show you that chart. We obviously had this huge breakout of resistance, and we came back tested the 9. Now, this was my target buy zone, and I stuck to my plan. Now, I'm liking this. I still see this moving up between $27 and $30. That's my target. That's my game plan, and I'm adding to my Lyft. I also like Uber. I like both of those plays long term, especially into 2026 and 2027. I think both companies are going to benefit through the long-term growth of autonomous driving, as well as Tesla. All right, let's talk about SoFi. This is another one that I bought today and I like a lot. I feel the same way about Lyft as I do SoFi. I want to buy all the red candles in 2025 because I think it'll do very, very well in 2026. Let's go look at the SoFi chart. All right, SoFi here, obviously not a pretty candle, but we're still on top of the 9 EMA, which is the yellow line. I would say that there is reason to believe that a $24.90 stop loss would make sense here. I'm not saying that we couldn't go lower. Another significant area of support is back here on the 20 EMA, which would bring it back to $22. And then after that, we have support at around $17. But I like this, and I want to point out where we're at in the big picture view of this potential bullish move on SoFi. I have the trend fib-based extension on my chart, and it's not until you get between the 1.6 and the 2, this would be the golden pocket. It's not until you get up here where trends go to die. This is typically where you'll see a reversal. And so I have believed for a while that SoFi has been building momentum and doing everything right, and it's one of these plays that could run up potentially to $40 to $60. And now that I've been seeing strength, I'm going to buy every red candle, the same as with Lyft. I will provide in my next video a deeper analysis of what a breakdown would look like. We have not had a 4 to 5% correction. The market is well overdue for that, and we could be getting that next week. We'll have to wait and see. But the reason why I doubt it is because we are right here on the heels of Q3 earnings. We're going to begin to see what big tech did here next week, and all of that could just reignite the AI rally. That's my micro view on the markets today. I hope that you guys made some money this week. I hope that you locked in some gains. It was a very profitable week. In the Stocks with Josh trading community this morning, I live traded with the family. We got a 20% winner on Tesla and then a 40% winner on the SPY. And if we had kept trading, the day was actually a pretty easy trade day because it was trending as it fell. Tesla, for me, was the easiest winner to take to the downside. In addition to that, we had some very nice GOAT alerts in the Stocks with Josh Discord to round up the week. We had a couple losers as the market was shifting and producing some bull traps this morning. We got stuck in a couple, but we turned around, went with the trend, and picked up a couple nice winners to finish out the day and the week. Let me know how you guys did. Thank you for hitting the like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and blessings, my friends.